That was intense.
That's the first time you see it?
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen that. I have
That's
jumped
how
in
long
and
it's
out of the.
been.
I have come in and seen you a few times on the other side, as it were, of the chat, but I've not seen the intro. So there you go. That was lovely.
Yep,
Did you enjoy seeing me, my pussy?
Yeah, that was the highlight.
that was
His name is Gizmo.
the first time.
Gizmo. Oh, nice.
Oh my! That's how long it's been. That's how long it's been now since we've had you on.
It's the last
we
just
missed
over
it.
a year has been bonkers for me. So
Gosh dang it! I didn't plug in my mic.
Not that bad. Me, I woke up and realized I had no coffee at home, so I have to order some. God
that's
damn
not
it.
a good thing.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna get my coffee. Oh, there's no
All right.
more.
So good morning, everyone, officially, and welcome to the morning roast. I'm of course Sugar Chris.
Oh, we're live?
Well, yeah. And
What you doing drinking beer this early?
Apologies for being a little late. I was on the phone with Denise. She's roped me into playing Dungeons and Dragons with her and her friends. So I was in the middle of trying to figure out a character to play. Oh boy.
Playing with who?
My niece and her friends. Little Miss Trinity. And I was having to deal with I think a scammer.
Really?
Yeah. There was a mess. A friend I used to know a lot, and I haven't really talked much to. They messaged me. Well, supposedly it was them, and they were like, "Oh, hey, my account got hacked. I need you to give me your email, and then I'll have a code sent to you, so they can get their account back." I was like, that sounds suspicious.
Scam bot.
Yeah. And then I messaged my brother because he knows her too. I was like, "Has she messaged you anything about this?" And he's like, "No." He's like, but he said he had heard that these scammers are giving you that code, and then they use that code to get access to your email, and then they can get access to or your account, like your Facebook and everything, and then get access to like your money and stuff. So I was like, "Nope."
No.
So I blocked it. I was like, "Nope, block."
You did the right thing.
All right. So who do we got? Oh, we got Amanda B.
What's up?
Hello, Amanda.
Amanda B. Always love seeing you around. And of course, we got, let's see, Restoria Dave. All right, me babbers. He says, the elusive Mr. Russ Leach.
Yes. Could call me that.
We got Mr. Brink. He says, noise. Loud noises. So says, welcome to the Morning Roast, where we'll talk with UK illustration wizard and creator of my favorite disembodied scientist head about only death could save us too and other things. Good morning, Chris, Sim, Russ, and chat.
G'day, Salt.
Good morning.
You can tell it's a special stream because Sim is on time.
Yep.
Usually,
I'm always getting here about 11:15.
Soul's already putting up links. Thank you, Soul. Fuck me, Sim's on time.
Fuck me. That's not something I'd be doing.
Soul says Chris is wearing a long box shirt, but still has piles of comics behind him. Put your comics where your shirt is at. Nope. Oh, I will eventually. I've got a bunch right there. I'm working on it. I got to get more.
You put comics away and then you don't read them. That's the trouble.
True. That is true. I'll probably get more long boxes when I go to Steel City. That'll be the end of March. We might swing by like a comic shop or something on the way or something. I might be able to get some more long boxes. Then, not today, Catfish. That's right.
Maybe buy some more shelf. I don't know.
I don't know about all that. That's expensive. That costs money.
The box.
I made my own shelves. Do you want to see my shelves?
You make your own?
Yeah, let's see your shelves, Russ. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah. That's well put together. Yeah. Turned out good.
Yep. Yeah, it did. I was quite pleased with that. I still ended up having to buy more. There's more shelves here. Because you can never have enough shelves for comics. You can never have enough comics, can you?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll start being a handyman, and I'll just start making stuff in my basement. Clear out all the Japanese women I got down there. Let's see. Dave says, I've been on it, Chris, for about 14 years to get those books in a box. Oh, Lordy. So what have you been up to since you last was on with us, Russ?
Well, obviously, I'm only a year late with Only Death Can Save Us Book 2. I've had a bit of a roller coaster, to be honest. Everything was going fine until the beginning of last year. So I was on course to roll out in March. And then family issues occurred.
Oh, no.
Illnesses and what have you. And actually, my wife's away at the moment looking after her dad because he's unfortunately not going to make it. So it's been... my wife had her own health issues as well. So it's just been utterly bonkers. Yeah. On the upside, because obviously she's not working and what have you, so I had to make sure I had money coming in. On the upside, I got an opportunity to draw Doctor Who for a year and for Doctor Who magazine, and also Batman for a European magazine in the UK and Europe. So that was a bucket list item. So, can't really complain about that.
Yeah.
And things are where they are right now personally. So I've kind of, I always felt a little pressure from my own book, because obviously it's important to get that out. People have paid for it. I promised it, and it was always there, but things were stopping me from getting to it. But now it's priority number one. I am doing some work with another artist that you will all know. But that's secret work, so I can't tell you. But he'll let you know when that time is right. But my own book is effectively, it's all finished now. I've got it finished this week, and I've actually been in charge with a few people. One of them in the chat about their original artwork, and I'll be putting the files together next week and sending it off to the printers for a first version, a proof version. So it should be going out to people. Then it will go to print. So it should be going out to people end of March, second half of March. So yeah, it's been a roller coaster ride, but there's been some good things as well. So
yeah. Well, that Batman book, you said it was a European magazine?
Yeah, it's a magazine called I've got some here. It's Hero Time Presents, and I get to draw Batman.
Oh, okay. Hero Time Presents.
Hero Time Presents Batman. So it's for kids. It's a kids magazine.
Oh,
which is great because I love all ages stuff.
Yeah.
But you still get, so it's a bit.
Oh, what am I doing? I should be in full screen. And there we go.
There's some of the stuff.
Yeah. That looks good.
So it was good fun to draw for. It was good, and like I say, I did a year's run. I think I did 12 issues on Doctor Who magazine as well. So and I've always wanted to do Doctor Who magazine. So it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I have to look that up then.
Yeah, I don't know. I doubt you'll be able to get it in the States. I know it's available online to buy from Panini stores in Germany, France, Italy, and the UK. So
Germany, okay. I'll have to.
But obviously, it'll all be in foreign.
Get my contact old soul.
I'll use that as a general term for non-English foreign. It'll obviously not be in English.
Yeah, I'll have to reach out to Soul, my contact in Germany. Like, Soul, get this for me, send it to me, and give me some sticky notes with translations.
Sticky note with translation. You know that there's a phone app that you can use where you use the phone, you look at the pages and translate?
That's just AI is just. I know it's become a dirty word as well, but it is becoming amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
wild. Eventually,
there's
we'll
not
get those little devices like in science fiction that auto translates everything.
Little
I'm gonna
Babel
go-
fish.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
there's just not bad sides. There's not only bad side to technology. Sorry, I stumbled there, but the idea is, social media can be bad. There's bad things, but there's good sides to all that technology.
Yeah. There's it's how it's used. Yeah, definitely.
Dave says, sorry to hear about the personal problems. All the best
Thanks,
for
Dave.
your missus and the family at this time. Do not worry about being a year late. People know you and trust you.
Thank you very much, Dave. Thank you. That means a lot. And I've been putting up updates to tell people where I am, although it's very slow. What percentage everything is at, like the pencils, line work, colors, text, all that. The last one went up this morning or yesterday. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've been awake. And just to tell everybody, it's finished, and I'll be going to the proof print next week. So, but it's important that people know what's going on.
Yeah.
But the fact that people do trust me, and it's not like as much as I've obviously had to get sort of knuckle down and get stuff done and do what I've had to do. I have been available to see. I've not been completely absent. I've been doing morning shows with Randy Zimmerman over on a Sunday morning, and we're doing a Friday show now. But it's all about comic art. So it's the things that really gets me going, gets me up in the morning. And Randy and I will be producing a book. So the next project I do, I'm going to have a bit of a gap between book 2 and book 3 of Only Death Can Save Us, and we're going to do a sword and sorcery book. And I'm going to have a slightly different style for that, and we're going to do something hopefully a bit special. So
sweet. Excuse to get Randy back on.
Yeah. Well, once we get into it, maybe we can come on and show a little bit of it. So
that'd be fun. I always try to tune in to your all shows, but I always tend to pop in at the end. It seems like
it's timing. That's all it is. Yeah. So the Friday show's quite cool. We've only been doing that a little while, and that's all about old artists and the books that we have, basically. So I did one on Brian Bolland and John Buscema, but we had 3 weeks of Jim Steranko. So it's been really good fun. We're doing one at the moment. Is it Manhunter? We're doing at the moment. So fantastic art, and it's just it's great to appreciate those people that the giants that we're standing on the shoulders of. Really,
Steranko, he did the Nick Fury covers, right? Yeah.
He did the whole of Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Nick Steranko.
They look really good. I like them.
The Steranko's like he's the biggest hitter pound for pound in comics, because he came in, did his stuff, and left, and yet he's had an incredible, profound effect on American comics, and he did really hardly anything in them. But compared
almost
to
did nothing,
compared to like someone like Buscema or Kirby or like Stalin or whatever, big long runs went on forever. No. He just came in, did his stuff, walked away, and his stuff just is fantastic. It's his design, his eye, and he's a brilliant artist as well. He just the comic book art that he created is slightly different to the stuff that he does painted wise.
He went to work for movies, if I'm not mistaken.
He did his thing, and then he got gone, and he's a legend for it. And he's apparently, still out there. You go if you find him at a convention, he's very entertaining. So
yeah, I've seen some of was it his tweets, and they're pretty interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't take any prisoners.
No, he doesn't. He don't hold back. Go on.
No, he's old school. Yeah, he doesn't have any of it. No shrift.
Dave says, "Sim, put your camera back on."
We want to see how lovely you are.
I guess Dave wants to see all of you.
No, I put
So-
my camera on and I'm like, fuck, I look like shit.
Genuine Comics is in here. I just got this beauty the other day.
Oh, yeah, look at
Yesterday, I think it was yesterday. The days merge into one at the moment, unfortunately. And fantastic comic, absolutely
that.
fantastic.
So says to Russ, cool stuff. Also, good thing you posted an update on Techstone today. Looking forward to reading that, but I might wear a peg on my nose for that.
Yeah, let's see if they use the same inks this time or not. I don't know. The other thing that happened with Only Death Can Save Us is that I got a publisher for the first book, a company called New Haven, who actually do a lot of music industry publishing, but they wanted to get into comic books. So they asked me, and so this is the version that you can get worldwide.
Oh, nice.
Anybody getting the book from Indiegogo, the second book, and they've ordered this one as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's different, so you don't get the same thing in both books. So if you're going through Indiegogo, you get something that's unique. You don't get it anywhere else. I think I've probably got about 50 of them left now. But this you can pick up anywhere on the planet. I think it's in Walmart, Books A Million, Amazon, all kinds of stuff.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so I was really pleased with that. So book 2, once the Indiegogo campaign is done, will be re-edited, and that will go out as well to that outlet. The important thing is that if you're a backer and you get something from Indiegogo, first off, the book is unique. It doesn't get reprinted out to the general public exactly the same. You get something that's just for you. I think that's really important. But also you get all the stuff that comes with it. I've got that great Preston print, and the other one that was done for me as well. The first 200 backers got that print, and then there was a free print as well. So just extra bits and pieces. Also, because it's been so long, I'll be chucking in a little bit extra as well for everybody as well. I was actually thinking of one of the Batman covers, putting that in as a signed print. So just to say thank you to everybody for being so patient and so supportive. So yeah, I've managed to cut that deal as well. I haven't sold that many of them, but you know, graphic novels are a slow burn. So they'll get that one, and the stuff that Randy and I are going to be doing together, we're going to see where that goes. Again, if that goes to an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter, some kind of crowdfunder, there will be a unique edited version of it there, and any other version that goes off to the general public will be a different version. So people can be assured that if they want to back something through a crowdfunder, that they're getting something that's specific, that's unique, that's a limited run. Effectively, it doesn't get printed like that ever again.
Yeah. So we've got a guest here who got his books into Walmart and didn't screw his backers.
Of course not. Why would you do that?
I mean,
I've got to thank my backers for being able to get that opportunity to have that book. Okay, they supported me. They funded that book. It wasn't just the making of the book. It's the actual production time. It's getting it done and having that opportunity to get your own idea out on printed paper. But if they're going to back you, that's great. You can then move on and say, right, I'm now going to produce this via a publisher for everybody else, all the other consumers to take in. But they need to have something special. They need to have, first off, they need to have it first before it goes to general distribution. But also the thing that they have must have something unique about it. Because otherwise, what's the point? You might as well just wait until it's out on Amazon and go buy it. So there must be things that you get extra from that initial backing. So effectively what they're doing, your backers are allowing you to create a proof of concept that something is worthwhile of their time and their effort, because it's their money they're giving you. It all comes from personal effort and time. And then once they've got their version of it, the unique version, special version, then you can move on and say, okay, let's see what the rest of the world likes. So yeah, thank you to everyone. And so there's the second book. Once everybody's got their book, then I'll be moving on and saying, right, okay, we'll do an edited version for New Haven. And the same will happen for the third book. Although it may be that the third book, I don't know. I'm toying with the idea of not doing a crowdfunder for that at all. Getting the book done and then giving everybody the opportunity to buy that book, because obviously if you're going through a publisher and you're going through something like Amazon, then it's going to be cheaper for people to buy that book on Amazon. It's going to be cheaper for people to buy it there. It's also going to be cheaper for people to have it posted to them from Amazon as well. So that's kind of like a thank you. There's that proof of concept, the backing that I've had, and then they're going to be able to buy that book that much cheaper somewhere else. So I'll see. I may do some kind of questionnaire where I ask people, do they want a backed book, or are they keen on just getting the cheaper version? Not that it is, not that the quality's gone down, but just it's a more reasonable price, because that's obviously very important. So yeah, we'll just see where that all goes. But like I say, book 1, book 2, and a short hiatus for a few months where me and Randy do something a little bit more sword and sorcery.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep my eyes out, go and visit my Walmart and my Books A Million and stuff like that now. Keep my eyes open and see if I can find your book.
Well, I don't think it'll be on a shelf anywhere, but it'll definitely be in the catalogue on the website.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Online,
yeah. But of course, that's up to each individual store. Sometimes they do get a couple of copies of stuff that comes out and they pop it on bookshelves. But I don't know. We'll wait and see.
So says, I like Foreigner. I'm a dirty white boy at times. And I ain't singing it. You ain't tricking me, soul. Brink says social media inherently isn't bad, but it's used by idiots.
Yeah, well, you could say that about roads and cars and trains and television. It's pretty much everywhere.
And he said, what happened to the Outliers, Russ?
I believe that is just on hiatus. I finished all the artwork up for that. And unfortunately, Joe had his own problems, his own health problems. So I checked in with him a little while ago and he was okay. But I don't know the full story on that. And I'm not the prying kind. So as long as he's okay, if he's watching this, hey, Joe, hope you're okay. And I'll probably check in again with him soon.
Man, he ain't no idiot, Dave.
You certainly ain't no idiot, Amanda.
That's right. Yeah, Soul says giving backers something exclusive is a good move.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We got Ace with us. Hail. Soul says to me, we are in the know, but some of our viewers might like One Punch Two. I know, Soul. We do this every stream. I was waiting for people to come in. I was giving it 10, 20 minutes, letting some people funnel in before we got really into the nitty gritty. See what I get? Always. He's over there backseat driving.
Sorry, guys. I'm going to be on and off a little bit because I have the landlord here trying to fix something.
No problem.
So I might disappear once in a while.
Fussing at Ace. Chris sounds a little sour. I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, we got Courtney. Morning, Courtney. Hope your morning's doing well. That's could save us. Ain't no red rooster, that's for sure. Yeah, you just came out and said it, didn't you, Soul? I was going around.
Yeah. If you promise, I mean, I've taken far too long to get things sorted. I feel like there are good reasons for that. But saying that, if you're going to do something, you're going to do it. Live up to your promises. So even if they take you a little bit longer.
Well, you're a little late, but you've got understandable reasons, and you've kept people in the loop about what it is. So I think most reasonable people would be like, well, it's fine, because you put your book out, your first book, one time and stuff. So I mean that fosters a lot of goodwill. So I don't think people would. I'm sure people will understand.
Well, people have been very understanding, so no, nobody's given me any hard time about it. So, but then the only death came for the rooster. That only really happens when you ghost people. As soon as you start, going off the grid. I mean, I had to roll back from my YouTube channel and all kinds of stuff, but I was still around. Do you know what I mean? I was still available, and I was always posting art as well. I basically go to Instagram now. I tend not to do very much on Twitter at all. But I try to post a piece of archived art every day, and if people respond to it, I always respond to them. So so I'm available and always around.
Yeah, I think
even if I'm not too visible.
Excuse me. I think that's a kind of a good thing, because I think if people seen you like you were online all the time, you were taking like, I don't know, vacations and being like, look, I'm here, I think they'd be like, well, come on now. You should be getting your book done.
I'll be honest. I've been the last year to 18 months has been difficult personally, but professionally, I've been strapped to the board for any time that I have had. I've been at it, and I've been able to get in and out of Only Death Book 2 far less than I wanted to, because obviously I had to keep the lights on, as it were. But yeah, so now things have rolled around. Financially, it's slightly different, and it just meant I could crack on and get it done. So I want it done. I want it out there. I'm quite excited for people to see it, because it's slightly different to the first one. There's a little bit more fun in it, as in humor, should I say, not fun, because I think it's a fun book. And then it's going to go a little meta into the third book, which you'll all find out about as you read it. There you go. I can't give too much away. You want people to hopefully enjoy the story.
What's the name of Randy's YouTube channel again? The Indie Comics Network.
Yeah, they're on the Indie Comics Network. You've got Randy does a show there, and we do Comics by Night, where we look at artwork, specific artwork from and the creation of comics on a Friday. And there's Sunday Funnies, where you get a range of different people come in and out. Sometimes I'm there, sometimes I'm not. And we just talk about comics. It's great. There's a lot of old men being crotchety about people being on their lawn, but we do try to have a bit of a laugh. So
I try to always tune into at least the Sunday Funnies. It makes it nice.
It's good fun, like you have all kinds of people on there, and we do get regulars as well. We're always betting on whether Scott Rosenberg was going to turn up or not.
I always like it, because Randy, I always learn something new with Randy.
Randy knows so much.
Oh, yeah, he's such a font of knowledge.
he is one of those sages of the comic industry. He should be conserved for all time. So yeah, and the fact that I've got to work, because obviously for a short time there, I had the Arrow Comics badge on the floppy versions of Only Death Can Save Us. Unfortunately, as we all know, that didn't go as far as it should have done, for all kinds of reasons. But the first one was a good primer, as it were. It's good to get that out there for people to see, so that they can maybe go pick up the edited version. Obviously, you can still pick up a few original versions on the Indiegogo, but eventually they can go find that on Amazon or whatever. So it was great to work with Randy, and I don't know if the project we're on at the moment will be under Arrow or not, but just being able to work with him is fantastic.
Dave says, I think we need to start an indie comics health club. Just do classes in his I don't have any
red spandex.
I wear shorts to the gym.
Short shorts?
No, they're just normal shorts, camouflage ones.
Oh, there's a bit of leg there. So be honest.
Just normal camouflage shorts. Yeah, I'm not wearing my pajama pants today, Soul. I'm in my gym gear. Let's see. We got
So-
Hey!
Ah! Oh no, it's Hale. Right, fair enough.
Amanda B says, "Oh wait, no, she's referring talking to Dave. Never mind." Okay, Mr. Officer demands more structure. Well, you're barking up the wrong tree, Soul. You know how this thing goes.
You know how this works.
It's chaos. Hey, Glenn and Monster Island. Death Cave for the Rooster. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see. 2 ways to piss off customers: ghost them or disrespect them.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yep. We got Past Master Dan. Did Wooly ever get that drink? Let's see. Mr. Brink says, "You have our support, Russ. Only Death Can Save Us is a great IP."
Thank you.
I agree with that. Yes. And I think I might be kind of. Mr. Brink says, "Randy is comic book Gandalf."
Yes. None shall pass.
Let's see. Soul says, "Russ, by the way, I have your crossover print with Perfect 10 and the Embrace on my wall. That one
Wow.
came out really well, and it's nice to see those characters in your style."
It did. I really enjoyed drawing that, and they did come out really, really well. Yeah, very pleased with that. Very pleased. Great books. Great book. I actually, because I've been thinking about book 3 of Only Death Could Save Us for a while now, just on and off, and I actually jotted down the plot for it this morning.
Oh,
so
nice.
So it will happen. It's after I get past book 3, which is the first arc. It's a matter of where do I go from there. Again, I've got some ideas, but then we'll see if this Sword and Sorcery project comes off with Randy, then that would book 2 of that will probably be the next project after book 3 of Only Death Can Save Us. So we'll see where it all goes.
Gosh, Dave, if we had that health club, then I would start making those TikToks that's going around on Twitter where women are accusing people of harassment.
I can just see you in there in like a leotard, like really stretched over your over your groin, and just like down in a pose. That guy's looking at me. I don't feel right.
Gosh, Dave's over there treating me like a piece of meat. Feral.
Do you need a hand with that weight, madam?
So only a few streams go by without you showing your pants. I'm surprised there's no pants running gag on the level of the red dress. That's right. Feral. Oh, okay. So, all right. It's been time. We got some people in here, so I can get to the official goings-ons here. Let's see.
Ooh.
There we go. Only Death Could Save Us.
There you go.
All right. So, Mr. Russ, we've had a few new subscribers since you was last on. So, how about you start off with a pitch?
All right. Okay. Well, the pitch for the first book was oh god, that's a while ago. It's what was the word I used? It's a romp. It's a cosmic science fiction romp where Death, who has an eternal job, comes out of retirement, as it were, because the job he has as Death, as far as allowing souls onto their next incarnation, that's his reward for the work that he did in the wars. And he comes out of retirement to help Chrissy, who comes to him as a dead person. But the thing that killed her is a rift which has been created by a kind of a mad scientist, and it's allowed an ancient enemy that Death battled against in the first or third age of the universe to come into the world, and all hell breaks loose. That's effectively the first book. That's not the elevator pitch. I took far too long about putting that together. I did have an elevator pitch, but I've forgotten it now. It's been so long. But it's basically, it's just fun. It's the kind of stuff you used to read back in the Bronze Age. You know, it's sort of somewhere between the Fantastic Four and the negative zone, and Jim Starlin's stuff with the cosmic cube and the Infinity Gauntlet, all that kind of thing, but bonkers stuff. Some of it has a basis in some of the things that I listen to. I like listening to a bit of pseudoscience and some quantum theory and all kinds of bits and pieces. Very interesting in esoteric stuff, and I've just kind of bundled it all up with the kind of comics that I loved as a kid. So that was the first book, and the second book comes back where the first book left off, which was you got a whole story in the first book. So it's not like you have to read them as a one whole story. They are one arc, but you get a whole story in every book. But there's a kind of an epilogue where you get a little bit of a cliffhanger so that you can move on to the next part of the story. And that we moved on from there in the second book with Dee and Chrissy's travels. Dee is the nickname that Chrissy gives him because they start to have a relationship, not an overt relationship, a friend's relationship. And it's about, I suppose the whole story has aspects of death being more human, having more emotion, as it were, coming to terms with that. And Chrissy's coming to terms with the fact that the universe is a little bit more harsh than she might have thought it was. And then what you do is you get a whole bunch of lore in the back of the books as well, which is about how the universe was built and the characters that reside within it. And you get some returning characters from the first book in the second book, and there's basically a big bundle, which is what you're always after.
When I think of it, I'm like you said, I think of like the Marvel cosmic stuff. Like
that's what it's.
The cube, the cosmic cube, and all that.
Yeah,
that's
what it's aimed at. Yeah, it's squarely in the Infinity Gauntlet of the comics, the cosmic cube. Like I say, going back to a lot of the old Fantastic Four, Negative Zone, Jack Kirby and John Buscema stuff, and those old runs, and that's what it's about. It's just fun. It's a fun romp, and you can take as much or as little out of it as you want. So that's the idea, anyway.
I know. I get to be kind of grumpy when it comes to crowdfunded ones. There's a lot of them I've backed that either was just not my thing, or I was disappointed in. But Only Death Can Save Us was one I did really like. I did quite enjoy it.
I got some really good responses. I got some really good responses that I hoped for but didn't dream that I'd ever get, which was about the writing. I plotted it myself. Then I went to Rick, and Rick helped out with the script and came back with some ideas on the plot. And we were far more of a team in the second book, where I went to him with a much more simple plot, and he put more of the bones on it. But obviously, with everything, he understood where I wanted to go with it. So, so the first one to have people talk about the interplay between Chrissy and Dee, and how that made them feel, was actually a real. It was a great feeling, because it meant that I'd done something right, and that I was getting my ideas over. It wasn't just, although there was some really good fights in it. And it was like a cosmic bundle. There was sort of some pathos to it. There was some emotion. So I was really pleased with the responses I got back.
Let me see what everybody's saying. Let's see where I'm at. Dave says, "Come to Bristol. I'll treat you to a steak, then treat you like a steak."
Fair enough. I'll be staying out of Bristol then.
Dave says, "It's a book about
death. Come on."
That's what Dad said. Does anyone die?
No, because he saved them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. There are some deaths in the second episode.
Let's see. Still talking to Dave. Oh, we got Meredith. Hail, hail. Meredith says he wants this book so bad.
It's coming. It's coming next month. It's on its way.
Okay, caught up with the chat. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, scroll back up, and I will play the trailer for folks.
Oh, it's not much of a trailer. Yeah, March 2023. There you go. I've got a couple of pages you can see. I'll just share the screen. So
oh, there we go.
There you go.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So it's more of the bonkers stuff.
Oh, that is cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Yeah.
This is from the lore at the back of the book, where it's talking about the characters and how the thing goes. There's a couple of pages from the front. There you go. You've seen that one.
Yeah, dang, I want to know more about some of those other characters now.
They are. There you go. I think that one's in there as well. It won't show too much. You go, woo! Can't see anymore.
You went like, oh, let's go, and I landed on one I didn't want to show. God damn it!
No, so yeah, there's like I say, anyone who's read the first book will see that and go, all right, I know he's coming back, but it won't be too much because you've waited a year, so it's not too much of a surprise.
Yeah, there was looked like a character, looked like almost like that Lady Hellraiser kind of character there in the trailer. She was with a
yeah, that one. Hold on a sec. I'll go to that one so that you can see it properly. That's because I've put that in a different place.
Let's see what's Given the choice between this and Pregnant Joker, always choose that.
Yeah, do you know what? I think I'm on board with that.
Oh, and Soul says, "Man, I could look at Russ's stuff for hours."
Thank you.
Yeah, gosh, looking through the things you showed and in the trailer, I'm just like, oh man, I want to ask who all these people are. I'm like, who's that? What's that person? What do they do?
Some of them are like I say, it's lore, so they're not all directly in this story. They're part of the story, but it's all building up to a crescendo. In book 3, everybody turns up.
You're building up a lot of characters. You're really fleshing out the universe. So are we going to have other stories outside of Only Death Can Save Us then?
In this book, you've got, because it's a 100-page book, at the end of the book, you do have a horseman's tale, which is War, the big black fella with the hammer, and he has a little bit of a bar fight, so it's a bit of fun, and he's having a punch up in a bar. But there's some aspects to it which are part of the story, as it were. So you can kind of realize what's going on. I'm being a bit vague, but they connect. They do connect. So, and I'm thinking of in the third book of having another horseman's tale and maybe doing something slightly different.
Okay.
You want to talk about these things and you want people to get excited about them and excited for them, but at the same time you don't want to give too much away because you want people to enjoy the books.
Yeah, somehow work a balancing act there or something.
Yeah. It's you can have a look at this one while I'm looking for something.
Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah. Got some crackle going on.
Yeah, got some Kirby crackle.
Oh, we got Hex with us. Hello. Yeah, Dave says Chris loves when things have tails. I am not a furry. Gosh, dang it. No interest in furry things. Yeah, I didn't realize how many pages this was. Dang on, 100 plus pages.
Yep, that's about the size of it. Yeah. So you've got a 67-page story for book 2. Then you've got about 25 pages of lore. And you've got a 7-page backup strip. So yeah, all adds up to a mighty tome.
Let's see. There's Mr. Johnny with us. He says, gosh dang it. No, I'm not Cubby. Gosh dang it. Lola started at calling me Cubby, and now I hear it from her and Johnny now. Oh, Lord. Dang it, Johnny, I keep forgetting to go and listen to that wrestling stream you do. Every time I go to tune in, I keep forgetting what day it is, and then I'll see it. When I finally remember to see it, it'll be after the stream's ended. It'll be like an hour or two after the stream's done ended. And I'm like, gosh dang. Soul putting the links. Thank you. Thank you, Soul. Is Cubby a chubby furry? I don't remember what Cubby means. It's Lola. Lola calls me. And then she was going around telling people I was gay. She was telling women on her stream that I was gay. And
Oh, yeah?
I was like, no, I'm not. Why are you telling them that, Lola?
Right, there you go. Found it. Right, so this is Kronos, and he is one of the first ones.
Oh, let me go full screen. Is he missing an arm?
No, it's just off the side of the page. It's just cropped.
Ah, okay.
So he's one of the first ones, and this whole part of the lore is about how the universe was created, our universe.
Oh, okay.
This was the first age, and so these guys who will show up in book 3. This one's hinted at in book 2, but it's the Overmind, and Kronos is effectively a record keeper.
They're kind of big deals,
like the Watcher, I suppose. And these are all the incarnations of the different gods through the ages, but they're effectively just the same entity. So there you go.
Oh,
so you get a little bit of that going on. So there's lots of background lore, and just for people to, when you read something and you get the face value of it, and I suppose it's like when you first watch Star Wars, okay, the first time you ever watched Star Wars, and Obi-Wan Kenobi said to Luke Skywalker, "Oh yes, I knew your father. He was a fantastic pilot. And and you thought, well, what was all that about? And then when Leia got to the Rebel base, and they were talking about, oh yeah, I know Obi-Wan, he fought with us in the Clone Wars. You're thinking, I want to know about the Clone Wars. Yeah, you wanted to know about the background stuff. You were like, complete, and of course, you never knew. You couldn't find out anything about it until they put those prequels out, which now look like bloody brilliant films compared to they look like masterpieces in comparison. So I like the idea of being able to dig into stuff and say, well, what went on there? Why is that there? How does that work? Why is this even here? And so that's what I wanted to do with the lore. And it's kind of loosely based on the way that I think DC did some fact files back in the day and that kind of stuff. And it was a good excuse to do some full page art as well. So that's my phone going off. Sorry.
Oh, well. You got a call.
Yeah, I'm going to have to dismiss it. I don't even know how to dismiss it.
Uh-oh.
I haven't got a clue how to dismiss it. So, sorry.
No, we'll just have some background music for
just
a little
have
bit.
to mute it.
Let's see. We've got Johnny saying, to be fair, Lola and I are the same person. Yeah, you're both like a 15-year-old. Yeah, you're both being ran by a 15-year-old boy or something. Dave says, it's very rude to yawn on stream, Chris. Well, it's very comfy and it's warm in here.
Right. Let's see if that was somebody I knew. Ah!
Might be something important.
No. It is. I'll be off in a sec. Be back in a sec.
Alrighty.
Oh no, it stopped. It's okay. I can just chat. Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry. Is it not? Does this person not work out? I'm not picking it up. Chat. Okay. I'm on a call. Go away.
I'd listen to wrestling themes if I could sleep. I usually already sleep like a stone. Oh, come on now, soul.
Fucking hell.
You're not
persistent.
Gay. Oh, Dave. I am not gay, Dave. Don't you go spreading those lies. Having from the Mickey Mouse Club? I don't know, Hex. I'm not that old to know that reference. Johnny says, means you're a bear. Oh, that's right. I forgot. You're a bear cub in search of a bigger bear. That's right. Yeah. She calls me Cubby because I'm supposed to be that. That's right. I forget these things. Glenn says, Sugarfoot Cubby could be your poker player name. Oh, Lord. No, I don't like to be the little spoon, Dave. Oh, Lord. Hey, there's Red. He says, howdy, Chris will see us a half hour. No. Nonsense, Red. I got there quick. Dave says to just let it ring, Russ. It's a funky tune. Let's see.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties.
Occasional boomer moment.
Occasional. It's constant.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
This is becoming torture. That's what you get.
That's yes.
Pick
it up. Do you know what? I couldn't pick it up because the WhatsApp on my phone doesn't allow it. It just doesn't work. I couldn't pick it up. There you go.
What's a WhatsApp?
WhatsApp.
What's that?
WhatsApp. It's like a texting service.
It's a texting service that you can also use to do some call. Yeah, when you have Wi-Fi.
Voice over IP. So
yeah,
you don't waste your bill.
Oh, okay.
You can send voice message text to type of thing. You know, like you record.
Yeah.
Pack says this should be Russ's theme song.
Yes, that twinkly theme song. That's just me.
Sounds like an ice cream truck.
Yeah. Come on, children. Come and get the ice cream.
Come get your only death can save us. Oh wait, what's this?
Oh,
Oh,
Look at that.
I just wanted to show a little teaser, a little sample of something that's to come. This is a cover by Preston, colored by me.
That's really nice. It looks like something straight out of 2000 AD, mate.
Well, thanks.
That's great.
I
Now they're
kinda-
knocking on the door. Hold on.
I was kind of nervous, when I was like, I'm gonna try coloring a Preston piece, but I think it came out. I'm pretty happy. It came out pretty sweet.
yeah, it looks good.
So that's gonna be for the next Not in the Merc project.
Mm-hmm. We got the link. Thank you, Soul. Wait, Chris don't know what WhatsApp is? How old are you, Chris? I'm what am I, 35 this year?
And
I'm 35 this year.
I don't know if
35?
and I
You're
don't know
just
if
a whippersnapper.
I don't know if everybody saw the update and the announcement I made, but the ash can that's going to be available on the Second Chance campaign, because everybody was saying that they want everything that was on the first campaign to be exclusive and to feel the exclusivity of jumping in on the first one. So nothing that was like the exclusive covers and stuff like that are not going to be available. But they're also saying that we need something interesting to come back or something. So what's happening is the ash can is going to be have its own cover by Preston. So it's going to have its own little Preston cover, and it's not going to be reprinted.
Oh, look at that.
What's that? Oh, some Conan.
Ooh. Look at that.
That's Barry Windsor Smith, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
got, there you go. I got 13 Savage Sword of Conans
Oh, that's cool.
for $20. There you go.
Yeah, I want to get the I always want to get those magazine-sized Marvel monster books.
Yeah.
I always want to get those. Like I remember seeing there was one that had what's her name? Satana. It was Hellstrom's sister or something, Satana or something like that. And she's posing all like it's like a seductress or enchantress kind of pose, and like a guy's at her feet and stuff. And then there was the Marvel Monsters where it was like had like Man Thing, and then of course always liked Dracula, Marvel's Dracula, like the old Dracula stuff.
Oh yeah, I got an Essentials Gene Colon of
cool.
Dracula. It cost me $50. But I picked that up a while ago, and that's so good. And you get, obviously, because it's all in black and white, you get to see it in its original form. It's great.
I remember I had one of Dracula where Harkness and all them or whatnot killed Dracula. Because I remember the guy in the wheelchair shot like stakes out of his wheelchair.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's cool. I used to have that one, but of course that one's lost. It was so damaged and stuff.
That's the trouble.
But I'd like to re-get those. And I think I have one issue of Doctor Strange where he fights Dracula.
Yeah, he was in it. Yeah.
And I was like, I would like to find all of those because that's so cool. Oh, there's another one. There we go. More than that. The Merc. Preston. But Sim's muted.
I saw that one posted the other day. That's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a bit of Bisley about it. It's really good.
Yeah, Preston always does good work.
Yeah, well, he did a print for me for the campaign, so everybody's going to get that.
Sorry, the landlord was came in. So yeah, this is the cover for the ash can.
Nice.
And you know what's the best part out of it? Here's the original painted cover.
Oh wow!
It's a copy of Tales from the Night #1 that he painted on, and that's what's being used for the cover of the ash can.
Brilliant.
And it's going to be available on the campaign too.
And we got.
And did you see my shelf, Russ?
Oh, what a lovely shelf!
I know, right?
Ooh.
And I got my Optimus Prime and Rodimus in there.
Yeah, look at all the great stuff on there. Man shelf. That's a man shelf.
Seems so fancy showing off his shelf. Ooh la la. Bah, who needs it?
You know who needs one? You do.
I'm fine just the way
Instead
I am.
of having a pal that's gonna fall on you eventually, like last time, and maybe break a leg because it's getting huge.
I'll die
Put
happy,
books on there.
buried under my book.
What happened to Chris? A pile of book fell on his leg, it cracked, and he never could move again, and nobody
Right.
went to check on him.
I'll die happy with my books.
My
On top
Acevedo
of him.
print is available for you to see right now.
Oh, we've got Mariner saying Marv Wolfman / colon combo is the best. He has all the essentials. I do like me some Marv Wolfman.
Yeah, I have to admit, I really got into the Dark Horse Conan.
Oh yeah, look at that.
The Dark Horse one were pretty goddamn good.
Yeah.
Yep, Preston.
What a fantastic. It's so amazing to see somebody else's version of your characters.
Yeah, his death
Love it.
His death is interesting. It looks slightly different.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, and the way that Chrissy's not like that at all. But it's great. I just love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, she has like a Wicked Bride of Frankenstein look. And
Yeah,
he's got like a
she's got a
death
vibe
robot
going on.
thing.
Yeah,
It's like a what if thing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, that's awesome. It's just lovely. He just does the best stuff. Here you go. Here's one for you. You just mentioned him. Man Thing. Man Thing.
Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that.
Man Thing.
That is cool. You know, I always liked him over Swamp Thing.
Yeah, he's Man Thing's. He's got no tabs on himself, has he? Man Thing don't give no.
I know a lot of people prefer Swamp Thing, but I always liked Man Thing. I thought he was fun.
I liked Man Thing because it was just sort of, there was something so very pure about him. It's like if you're frightened, you're toast.
Yep.
He's like, come and he's really frightening. So like everybody's toast.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like they kind of tried to esoterically link it to, if you're a pure person, if you're a good person, you have nothing to fear. So Man Thing won't kill you. Like you won't burn to the touch of Man Thing.
Yeah.
Whereas Swamp Thing, the initial Swamp Thing was very much a horror thing, which was great. But then they went they went quite sort of horror, esoteric kind of stuff, didn't they? They went on the whole sort of trip to hell and everything. Whereas the original version was more sort of Hammer House of Horror. It was more pulpy.
Yeah. Oh, we got Katie with us. Says, "What's up? How are you, good peeps? We're here just goofing around. Koofing around.
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
Can't be doing that.
Katie and Red are sick.
That's it. You're gonna get banned now.
Quarantine them. Quarantine them in the chat so it'll spread it. Red says Simon's homeless shelves. Let's see. Dave says that's how you store books, Chris. I'll store books however I damn well please.
Yeah. Shut your mouth, Dave.
Do what I want, Dave.
Dave.
We kicked you out of our country for a reason, so I can have the freedom to put my books wherever I damn well want.
You see, that's where you made your damn mistakes. As soon as you kicked us out, look what you got now. Look what happened to you.
Now look at you.
Bloody colonialists.
Let's see.
Oh, these books are fantastic. Oh, look, I've even got one with the man on the front. There you go.
Oh, look at
They're great.
Dave says he's got to jump. Good seeing you again, Russ. Don't be a stranger. Chris, embrace your inner gayness. Sim, don't feel up the repairman.
Later, Dave.
Oh, Lordy.
so much great stuff in there. I'm going to enjoy that.
Let's see.
I'm not that much of a fan of Barry Windsor Smith.
Oh yeah.
Me,
No,
I really
No.
like his anatomy. His art is really good, but storytelling was never his.
some of it can be a bit weird. So
Yeah.
this one was the Treasury edition that I picked up was completely this one.
You know,
It just happened to be in there. What I was after was these.
it's like Alex Ross, right? You can respect and admire the technique, the talent. It's a beautiful image, but storytelling wise, it's a bit
static.
Yeah.
Yeah. That what you're showing there now, that's from the Horseman's Tales. That's the bar thing. So and again, if you look there just on panel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, panel 5, there's someone there in a green shirt who might be from a starship somewhere. I'm not sure. They're in a bar. There must be some green ladies around. I do like to put in the occasional homage in the books. So specifically, I can pick one out right now.
Yeah, I see a couple of homages here.
Yeah, there's bits and pieces all over the place. But I've got one page in particular. I'll show you the inks to it. Oh no, I can show you the colours. And it's definitely Bronze Age stuff. There he is.
Red says hate watching is what all the cool kids are doing these days. Okay.
Yeah, all the cool kids do that.
Yep. See, that's what I should be doing right now. If I want to get those watch hours, I should just be ranting and getting the hate watching, I guess. Oh well.
So that's
look at that.
Yeah,
this is much better than hate watching.
The sound effect is lifted from an old Bronze Age book with Thor in it.
Bang.
I think it's Thor and Hercules. I think Hercules is smacking Thor, and so I wanted to do
that's
something.
How it should be.
Wanted to do something along those lines. So it's got some Sal Buscema in there and some John Buscema and bits and pieces. But
nice.
There's lots of those. But in the first book as well, there were bits. If people could recognize it, there were bits and bobs. There were homages and little jokes if you can find them. So
let's see. Hate watches the current meta. Let's see. Johnny says Alex Ross is great. However, his style is dull. I'm not sorry. Fight me.
No. That's what I'm saying. That's the entire thing. Like I love the guy's paintings. The art is beautiful, but in story wise, it's very like non-dynamic or
You're doing it.
That's what happened.
You hate like half the chat. I don't think I hate anyone.
It also comes from the fact that if you refer yourself to everything, it has to be a picture. From a picture, it also becomes static as comic book. If you prevents you from using that magic of what comics is all about.
It's about flow and energy.
Yeah, it's about flow and energy. You can change the angles. You're not limited. You can cheat perspective to give an optical illusion type of thing. And if you always refer to your everything you draw, it's from a picture. It becomes static. It becomes a bit boring, even though it could be very beautiful. Like a lot of rendering, a lot of freaking lines and cross hatching. But if it's static and boring, well,
dull to read.
Yeah, the comic book and the movies, it's always a little extra. It's like saying, like, if you watch like some martial art people, right, that work in movie, they would always tell you that roundhouse kick, that move there, it looks very good, but it's very useless in a fight. The actual move that you would use in a fight, the top moves in a fight, will not be used in the freaking movie because it's boring as hell, and it would be like fake kick, punch in the chest, like 1-inch punch to the chest. visually it's very unpleasing, but you need to go that extra mile and that to make it visually stunning and visual storytelling and to give an extra emotion. That's what Kirby was the ace of. That's what Mobius was able to do. That's what Druillet do. Like there's something about when you draw from your imagination instead of everything being from reference, you get to that point where you're a visual storyteller at this point. You're telling stories. Like it's not just about the words, what they're saying. It's also how they're placed, how the bubbles are working, how the panels are all relate to one another, how they lead to the other ones. It's a whole bunch of things. So if everything's based on pictures like Yannick Paquette does, like the rendering is it's good. It's admirable. There's talent, but everything is static and it's a very meh. And that's what a lot of the mainstream comics right now are having.
Yeah, exactly. If the artwork,
the character is also meh.
Yeah, if the artwork is of any standard, because there are a few fantastic artists out there. There's been this drive for perfection. I'd say probably early 2000s for a perfection.
Yeah, that's the thing. The more you reach perfection, the more you reach a meh. You know, it's like saying if you try to read the perfect story all the time, you'll end up with something that's very meh and static.
Yeah.
Well, if you just let yourself express and have fun, and you know, it's like saying sometimes the magic comes out of those mistakes.
Yeah, perfection is the enemy of great.
Yes, that is true. It's something. It's a hard lesson from us to learn.
It is, because as artists, you're always striving for that perfection, and I think as being a comic artist, the dichotomy is you're looking for perfection, but your perfection shouldn't be photorealism.
Exactly.
The perfection is the art of the storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And that in itself requires it not to be perfect, because perfection never fits right. It's never right.
But
so
one of the things that really helped me understand this, like on the Barry, was the studying animation. When when I got that book from what's his name? It's called the Animator's Survival Guide or something like that. And when you study through the animation and you realize that even when you film somebody, like go frame by frame, take picture like 1,000 picture a second or something, and you'll notice that you think that during the punch everything is proportionate and everything looks fine, but when you'll see it in slow-mo, you'll see that there's a morph. There's like an elastic movement that's like, but the bone doesn't bend. Yeah, but it looks like it. Yeah. Like, it's stupid to say it looks like it in the movement. So that's why we call the in-between, the squats and stretch and shit like that. And that's what, if you reach for perfection, you'll never get that. You'll never get that wobbly like arm that looks like it's about to break a brick wall. You know what I mean? It's what?
Did Sim just say I love the guy's panty?
I don't know. Get your head. Get your head out of the gutter, buddy. like you know,
drop wear panties.
Yeah, I was gonna say drop the porn sites a little bit. I don't know. Paintings, probably.
Panties.
Let's see.
Alex Rock's paintings are pretty good. I love his art. Like the only ones that I actually collected was those giant books. Remember when he did the giant Batman thing, Superman, Justice League?
Yeah, I've got a couple of Ross books.
Look who's talking.
That was an awful film.
Let's see. We got more cool painting. More of the Horseman. Yeah, look at that. Looking good. Wait, am I sharing it? Okay, I'm sharing it. Thought it was just
sitting there talking to yourself.
Sitting there going, oh yeah, look at that.
This looks nice.
Yeah, the ink spots print. Yeah, that was a good one. That's a nice looking print, though.
Oh, both of those prints are beautiful.
Yeah.
And everybody will be getting one of those. So
that is good color work.
Oh, be back.
So it's ink spots prints are 200, and the Preston Acevedo print is for those people that backed the first book. So basically, if you're ordering just book 2,
you're up past 200 backers then.
Yeah, I got up to 213. So I'm pleased with that. I think I got 270 on the first book, and it's like I was saying that the books are. The idea is that they do end up going out to more of a like Amazon and that kind of stuff. So I'm not too worried about losing a few. And of course, you can't please everyone. There's going to be people that go, "Oh yeah, the book was all right, but I'm not into a second one." You're always going to get that. So I've got to look at expanding the audience as much as I possibly can in whatever way I possibly can. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to expand it from a crowdfunding perspective. Just getting it out there so everyone can see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are beautiful prints. They are lovely.
So new folks will not be getting the sync spots then. They missed out.
Anybody up to the first 200, but but I may well be just popping it in anyway. As the bishop said to the actress, I may well be just popping it anyway because I want everybody to get their stuff. If somebody's anybody who came and got this, I doubt anybody bought the Ink Spots one. But if you bought the first book, then you got the Preston Acevedo print for free. If you didn't and you have purchased that second print, then you'll be getting one of those as well. So I just have to whip back through my listings as to who's got what. But everybody will be getting extra stuff. Like I was saying earlier, that one of the Batman prints, I think from one of the covers I did, I was gonna get that out to people and give them a signed copy of that. So I think I did a signed copy on the first. I did a signed print on the first book of Chrissy for everybody that nobody was expecting. So I'll be doing something like that. I can actually give you a look at one of the possible options that people might be getting of that. So
root beer is making me burpy.
Burpee.
Oh, we got Hojo with us. Hail.
Hello.
So it might be.
Soul made Katie cry. For shame. Shame, Soul. Shame. Let's see.
There we go.
You say shame as you fist bumping. That's
No, I would not want Katie to cry. Hojo says Alex Ross.
Yeah, but dude, do you really think she's crying?
You never know. She's sick. She's probably crying out of her nose. Let's see,
So it might be that one.
Oh, look at that.
So Lyons goes, I can handle it. I'll just look away.
Chill. It looks good. Yeah, I like it.
So it's either that one, or I have two others that might be possible options. But so I'll keep your guessing for the moment. But yeah, there'll be signed prints for everybody.
Sorry, Sue. Do you know what pair of pliers I can use?
Johnny says, I see no horseman. Where's Ric Flair? He's probably, trying to get some ladies to go and get a ride on Space Mountain. Woo! Let's see. We got, yeah. Woo! Good old Flair. They're all posting back and forth. No. Even sugar. Come on now, Katie. Even sugar. Come on. Look, I even save all your stuff, and this is the text I get.
You have alpha, you have beta, you have gamma, then you have Chris.
See, I saved these things, and that's what I get. That's the thanks I get. Jeez. Soul says, "Wow, that's a literal page puncher." That's Russ. He says, "So good."
Thank you.
Oh, we got Cheesehead back.
Thank you.
Hey, Cheesehead. It says, "So just backed book and catch up. I would love the extra bling."
You'll get the extra bling.
There we go. Oh, Sugar Rush. Backers. I'll put it up. I'll put it up. There we go. Here we go. Right by Russ's head. Let's see. Let me bring it up here. Yes. Let me scroll up.
Just for that, I'll show you the other one of the other
Yep.
options.
Boop, right
on
there.
the,
We're only 100 away from 12K. Look at that.
yeah.
Look at that. Let's see. Oh, Hoja says he was a caddy for Ric Flair and a few of his friends back in the 90s at this resort he worked at. Wow, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard so many stories about Ric Flair being like rude and stuff. It's like, well, what do you expect? He's Ric Flair. He's the
Yeah.
nature boy 24/7.
That's what he does.
Yeah,
It's
he's
his
gonna be
raison
that way.
d'etre.
He doesn't just change when he gets out of the ring. He stays the nature boy. Because my brother met him at one of the Steel City colleges. He's like, yeah, he's kind of a dick. Like, yeah. What did you think he was gonna do? I seen him. We like quite a few years back. We went to an armory. We went down to the armory because they do like wrestling, like small, low level wrestling there sometimes. And I think it was at the armory. It's either that or the high school. And Flair showed up and stuff. And he didn't wrestle or nothing. He just did like did a speech and stuff there, in the ring, and then he signed photos and all that stuff. Charged an arm and leg, so I didn't do it. But you gotta love him because he got in the ring, he did all of his speeches, said all of his sayings. He even like pointed out some women and had them get up and dance for him in the stands and stuff. I was like, oh my God, that's such Flair. He's like, yeah, I'm up there. Yeah, come on, get up and do a little dance. I think he called a woman fat at one point.
Yeah.
Damn.
Can't get away with that now.
Oh, he's wild. It was like everybody was laughing and just being Flair.
They're even taking that out of Roald Dahl books now.
Oh God, I seen that. I was like, Jesus Christ. But that just further, to me, all that just further solidifies my decisions and my advice for people of making sure to back your back physical, get your physical stuff.
Well, they're
and
gonna
get it older.
Yeah, they're changing that now. They're even going to change the new things being printed moving forward. So
But
if you're going to buy a book, get out there and buy it now.
they already did. Like they went back not too long ago, and they went and touched up all the Michael Turner. What was it? Batman v Superman, if you remember. And he did a big story with with Supergirl. I think it wasn't Batman v Superman, or was it in Superman? Anyways, so they went back and they redid his butts to reduce the G-string effect and this, and so they got somebody that did not draw like him to redraw the butts.
Jesus.
They went in and deleted the cigars from Wolverine's mouth. It's already been
done. I know about that, but yeah, I mean, like that's subtle that stuff. Just
like, just leave.
People just
leave
got to
them
make
alone.
their own stuff. That when we're now in a new golden age, okay, just get out there and make it. Get out there, do your thing, make stories, entertain people. If people want to read the stuff that's being diluted by the major publishers, and great, fine, go out, read it. That's absolutely fine. Just read what you want to read and go get it. And if you don't, if you want to make it instead, then make it and get other people to read it. That's the way's open.
Nowadays you're better off going, like, if you want a Lord of the Rings, or if you want any of these books that have been around for so long, going to like a thrift shop or a Goodwill or pawn shop or whatever and picking up an older edition for cheap. that's red or something, because at least then you're getting the original work.
You know that altering shit, altering stuff like that was usually it used to be like technically criminal. Like it was really unacceptable to go and change
Yeah.
somebody's art, to go change somebody's writing. You don't go and change fucking Shakespeare because you want it to be more inclusive.
No, with that, you see, that's the thing. This is 1984. Some
Yeah, it
people
is.
seem to think it's okay to do that stuff, and they are the fascists. It's as simple as
Yes.
that. Just
Yes.
like,
if you put down ideas and you're so vindictive and you think that the opposition that don't agree with you should not exist, well, you're the problem.
Yeah. Left and right, I don't believe exists anymore.
No,
It's just those people that want to tell you what to do, and those people that don't want to be told what to do.
I've always said there's extremes and there's assholes everywhere.
Yeah. And there always has been. Always has been. I said
What happened to live and let live?
People of my age, we all wanted to be Marty McFly, but we ended up being Snake Plissken.
Yes, I love it when you said that when I shared.
Screw everybody, like up yours. I'm not going to do what you tell me to do. How did I end up being 50 odd and being the punk rock? Sod that. I did. Gen X is forever.
Yes, it is, and proud of it. And I think you're like me. You're like you're like we're like the end of Gen X, and we technically have our teenage years in the Gen Y or something like that.
I don't know. I might be older than you.
I'm 40. I'm 46.
Ooh, you young whippersnapper.
So okay, so you're right back in the middle of Gen X. I'm in the last 5 years, so I'm like I think I got the best out of it. It's like I'm a Gen X, but I also got the next generation of you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. There, you got the best part of it. Yeah, definitely. But I'm still kicking high.
Look at this. Pale Rider shows up, pops in. Oh, yeah, we got Sugar Rusher now. He's got to chime in. Ain't said a word this whole stream. Yeah, why ain't you said a word anyway, Pale Rider? What's the deal here? You've been quiet.
I think the biggest lesson that people should get about the popularity and the big wave of sales of manga, it's exactly that, is that they're not afraid to try anything or everything.
Yeah.
There's
always, I mean, but I can remember stuff from back in the 70s and what have you, although I was very young.
You're that old.
Yeah, we had there was a lot of conservative censorship back then.
Yes.
No, and attempts to, and it was like, and people were like, no, we're not having any of this. And eventually it turns around. The pendulum's always swinging.
I grew up in that moment, like in that precise movement. That's where I was. Like I saw the entire shift with heavy metal and Image Comics later on, but heavy metal was one of the biggest ones back then that really changed all of that.
Yeah, and just people said, for me it would have been sort of the end of the punk era and New Romantics. And it's just like, not that I ever wore makeup or anything. Lots of my friends did, but no, it was just a time of rebellion. It was a time of and these things always come round. It's cyclical; they all come round. And right at the moment, we're there's a lot of creative censorship, I think, and it's a new golden age. People have got to go out there and make their own entertainment, do their own thing, make their voices heard.
Hojo is saying 1984 was supposed to be a warning, not a damn instruction manual. But that's the thing. It was the warning by giving you their instruction manual.
Yeah. Nothing is more important than potatoes. You might have something there, Red.
Yes. It's very nutritious, and if you know how to cook them, they're pretty goddamn good.
I like potatoes.
Did you ever try? Did you ever try potatoes where you peel them, you pre-boil them, slice them up in little slices, you put them in a little in the oven, right, with some Alfredo sauce, cheese, and butter, and let them cook in there, and it's pretty goddamn amazing.
That's amazing.
Try it out.
They're great. Yeah.
Soul says the Cheesehead. Hey, Cheesehead, seems a lot of the books discussed on the show fit your taste. Speaks for our guests. Yeah, she has been. Well, I don't want to say she because I don't know, but there we go, have been backing a lot. That's awesome. Them and Pasquale, yeah, both of them have been. That's pretty cool. That we've been helping people find books that interest them.
Mm.
That's pretty sweet. Let's see. Thanks for supporting. Cool. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, of course you're lurking, damn Pale Rider. Let's see. Oh, he says he's been painting Beowar. Yeah. One of these days I might make a comic. If I did, maybe I'd have Pale Rider do something for it. Geez, it says they definitely were not ones I would have picked off a shelf, but hearing them discussed, super intrigued. Expanding horizons here. Last comic I bought was an Archie comic in the 80s.
Good Lord, that is a long time ago.
Yeah, that is a while back. That going. Some of the first books I had in that giant stack I got was Archie's from the 70s or the 60s. I can't remember. It was a little one was called Little Archie, and it was them as like little kids, and it was like a Halloween one, so like they were like telling scary stories, and it was like a skeleton man coming up behind them or something. Yeah. And they're like, oh, I was like, oh man, I kind of want to find him again. Let's see. Scrolling down through. They're all talking to each other. There's Joe's comment about 1984.
And Soul's giving me shit, Sim. Don't give them ideas for skits. If I see Alfredo sauce in the title of one of their videos, that will be your fault. #blame Sim. I don't know. You know, if you're gonna make jokes about potatoes, might as well give a good hint. You know, try them.
It always gives me a chill when Sim says my age out loud.
Because he's the same age as me, probably.
Oh my gosh. So we got
I'm gonna be 47 in May 1st. Damn it.
So that means we got to rush it.
Yeah, I remember.
Is that the? Oh,
that's the other potential. Yeah.
Ooh, look at that clay face. That's cool. They did him well in the animated series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what we were doing was sort of akin to the animated series. I did some. That first off, they were talking about maybe it being like somewhere between the animated series and Ben 10. So I did some designs based on that, and then eventually DC said, "No, just make it a bit more like our comics." So I went for a sort of a Bronze Age look, but with the colors were quite bright because it's a kids magazine. You want it to, you don't want it to be dark stories, right. But none of the stories spoke down to the kids. The guy that I worked with, Jason Quinn, who's the editor on there, and I've worked with him a lot on Doctor Who and what have you. He writes brilliantly for the for youths. And he never talks down to people, and it's just like reading Bronze Age stuff, where you read something and you're not quite. You remember when you were a kid? What that was great about that Bronze Age stuff is I would read it, and there would always be words in there that I didn't know, so I'd go look them up, and that was an education in itself. Yeah. Just reading those books. So that's what we all try to do. Is we never talk down to the audience, even though it is technically a kid's book. And the art style just, went for that kind of Bronze Age look because it was, it wasn't too dark, but at the same time, it didn't talk down to anyone either. It was action and fun. So
I think a lot of people, when they do like the all ages or more with kids is more of their targeted, I guess you'd say, demographic or audience. I think they forget about the energy. I think having that energy is super important to me because look at Ultimate Warrior in wrestling. Kids absolutely loved him.
Yeah.
And he didn't speak nonsense after, but he was so full of energy. He's bright and flashy and full of energy. He came running down the thing and that music going. And shake the ropes.
Well,
like-
I mean, like wrestling was effectively comics, wasn't it? Wrestling was just the thuggery, it was the big fight. That was all
Yeah.
it was, and they
Yeah.
just tacked on all that other show stuff
Mhm.
to give it a little bit of body, and then they went out the back into the hallways and had people fighting and stuff,
Yeah.
and it was just a circus. It was just fun.
Yeah.
Not to take anything away from the athletic abilities of those people. They were great athletes,
Mhm.
but it was all a show.
Yeah.
It was all about entertainment. It was all a story, and that's what great comics are. They're a show.
Mhm.
They're a story. They're entertainment. And it is okay to put some ideology in occasionally. It's okay to put in your own ideas. Just don't ham-fistedly hit people over the head with it.
Right.
Give your reader the opportunity to make their own decisions. Don't tell them they're bad for thinking differently to the way you think. Just lay out the story and lay out the opportunities for people to read and learn. That's what it comes down to.
Pale Rider, god damn it. I'll help you out and give you a link to pour some sugar on the lyrics. Get the singing sugar. Oh yeah. Oh, Ice Queen. Hello, hello. Always good to see you around. Warrior wasn't paid to wrestle. He's paid to shake the ropes. You damn right he was. Yes. Man, that man was not a great wrestler. But he was great at selling the sizzle, as old Vince would say.
That image you've got on the top corner of you in a red dress, because I instantly recognized it as you in a red dress.
Of course.
That's giving me a tick. So I might get some kind of photosensitive epilepsy from that image.
I'm going to cause you to fall on the ground.
Dear.
Yeah, that would be Pale Riders doing there. So I am forced to put that in the corner every time we get a backer. Let's see. Let me look here. That's a damn good way to eat potatoes. A staple in our house, otherwise known as cheesy sliced potatoes.
Cheesy.
So it's kind of like scallop potatoes, I guess. Let's see. I always describe professional wrestling as a soap opera dramatization of a comic book. Yeah, it seems about right. You should enter the Embrace 2 fan art competition, Pale Rider. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh, he just says maybe. Maybe he will, he says.
Maybe.
Bring it back up. Because people should back this. I know Have I backed it?
I
don't know if I have.
I don't know. I haven't got the
I
list
haven't.
in front of me.
There's an empty heart, so I have not backed it.
Ooh.
I got to get on that. I will be probably doing it after the stream ends. Let me see. I'm close enough to March. Yeah, I'm close enough to March. Okay. I told myself I wasn't going to back any crowdfunders until March. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and back it. It's close enough. Yeah, look at that. That is so cool.
I wanted those lore pages to be quite bonkers.
Yeah, like this is grabbing. I'm going, what? I want to know more about this character. What is going on with this person? I want to know about them. Yeah, that is so cool. All right.
I can give you that page now if you want to.
Yeah, that looks sweet.
Um,
He's going to shop on stream again.
Go shop.
No, I'm not shopping. Gosh. Like I'm not shopping. I'm just look, I'll highlight some of the perks for folks. See, we got the catch up for folks. Only 15 remaining though. So if folks are new to it, you might want to get on it. Plus you don't know when Russ will take the in demand down.
Yeah, no, it's. Don't know that I'm going to be leaving it up for too long
Yeah,
this
so
time
we'll
round.
get on it before it closes up.
Yeah, get on it. I love the first one. I can't wait for the second one.
Yeah.
I can smell them from my desk to my library.
They have a peculiar smell.
Yeah, you just might want to, might need to wear a mask or something before you when you open
You
it.
will definitely enjoy your ride.
Now, see, I didn't mind the smell myself.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you get a character sketch. That's cool. Oh, okay. So people can contact you about a specific character sketch.
If you want me to do something else, yeah, it's not a problem.
That's cool. Oh, and original art. So you got that available as well. Let's see, original inked page. So do they get to pick the page?
What, the original art? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going on right at the moment. Actually, I'm getting in touch with people to ask them what they want. I've got one more person to ask.
Now those fancy pieces from the lore of the
They're available.
Are those available as well?
They are available. They're all inked traditionally.
Oh, nice.
There's a couple that somebody else inked, just two, which I don't have. They were finished off digitally,
A lot of cool looking pieces available.
But the rest of them are available. Yeah.
Get on with it. Get on with what? What did I do? What did I do, Soul? Come on now.
You know, one of the things I think is weird about the throughout the years how things change. It's before everything was done traditionally, right? Then we started having like traditional pencils, and people starting to ink with color with computers.
Mhm.
Then they started to ink with computers, right? So you'd have original pencils inked, on digital, colored
Mhm.
digital. Now people are trying to do the other way around. Now it's like digital pencils, inks. And not too long ago, I saw Rob Liefeld coming out on Facebook going, for people that didn't know, I've always done my inks over printed blue lines. So when you buy original art, do not lose your shit. And I'm like, oh, okay. But
well, I mean, to be honest, a lot of people used to do that. I mean, it's like original art is original art. It's not like, oh, it has to be a certain way that you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for instance, if you got hold of some of the Steranko stuff or some of the Jack Kirby stuff, there were photocopies laid down. They used photography on their art. It was collage, and then they inked over the top. So, it's all the combination of how you do it. So my pencils are digitally penciled. The only reason they're digitally penciled is because it's quicker. They look exactly the same. They're exactly the same as if I was penciling on my light box.
Because of the resize, the different layers.
The whole thing, the whole thing. It's just like doing it on a light box, getting your photocopies, doing the tracing, all the stuff that you do when you do normal pencils.
Mm-hmm.
Except it's just easier and quicker. And then you print it out to blue line, and you traditionally ink over the top. But I mean that aspect of it is no different, because an awful lot of pencilers wouldn't send original artwork because it could get cocked up.
Yeah, but that used to be done like in that way too, because people used to keep the pencils. So you'd have the pencils and the inks. So you would scan, print the pencil, so you can keep the pencil and the person with ink right on top of those blue lines.
Exactly.
But that's the thing. I understand that, I'm one of those. Like when you buy that original art, it's annoying to see that blue line in the back. Some people like it. I think it's personally, it's like me. I'd rather see some pencils behind those inks than blue line. The blue line kind of ruins it for me.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. The only downside is obviously if you're scanning in and you're not using blue lines, then it becomes really difficult when you scan the artwork in.
So that's why I got myself a light table.
Yeah.
So you can do pencils. Even if I do like my traditional pencils, like you spend so much time on those pencils, last thing you want to do is ruin them. So
Exactly.
that's why I got myself a light table. So I do the rough. I do my pencil, then I put the light table on, and I ink over it. And
I'm seriously considering doing something along those. I'm thinking about doing my thumbnails and my like my layout digitally, and then pumping them out, and then actually putting them on a light box and drawing again.
But that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. So it's I did that with this.
But you know what the fun part is? You've been doing this for a long time, right? So you can do your rough digitally. You get your idea, then you turn around on the piece of paper and reproduce it. You know what I mean?
So that's done with black and with grey inks, because I wanted to get a particular kind of effect for that.
And who is that supposed to be? Because you weren't that looks like an actual person. It looks like maybe Simon Pegg or something.
That's just a guy screaming.
It's a guy upset because he's remembering.
But the level of realism usually it's usually means that
I've got some reference for people screaming, of course, because you want to make sure you get it right.
But I mean, it seemed like you were trying to put somebody in there, like like sometimes somebody would put.
I see that there are some characteristics of the person whose book it is. So it's a piece of it's an illustration for a poetry book by Kevin O'Dowd, who is the brother of Boy George. And they wanted it for the book for a particular poem. That one's called Scream, and it's also going to go off to a gallery and stuff as well. So yeah, there's a little bit of, you could possibly look at that and say that maybe it's a little bit like Kevin O'Dowd, but
that guy was
it's just a general. It could be anybody. So. But it's always important to get yourself reference. But just like we were talking about earlier, you don't want to over-reference things. You want things to be believable. You want the eye to take it in and go, yeah, I can take that on, and I can throw myself into the story, and I can get hooked in, because it's not so, the artwork isn't pulling me out. But at the same time, if you go over-referenced, if you go too far, then it can become stale and stilted, and that's the last thing you want to do.
I think that guy was just upset because he was remembering Harambe getting shot.
Yeah, he was just upset. Yeah, and he knew he was in a different timeline now. It all happened then. It was on that day.
What happened?
We're all dead and we're all in a fever dream. That's the way it works.
Every time Chris says "folks," I hear a banjo playing in the background.
But a ding, 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 ding.
That's right, everybody. Come on down here, folks, and get yourself some good old-fashioned comic books. Get those funny books.
All right, there you go.
All you need to practice is it's that whistle as you speak at the same time,
Yeah.
Yes.
Whistle.
That's a completely different kind of thing in this country. So this pair is she's Thalima, who resides in the deep space, seeding the lifeless vacuum with construct energy, while mighty Sanamahi traverses that same vacuum via the gateways he controls within each black hole. While these eternal titans are driven by their curiosity, ... you go on to the next titan.
Oh, neat.
So it's effectively talking about the eternal, this part of the lore is talking about the eternal titans, who are basically creations by the first ones to kind of seed the universe and kind of discover the construct that the universe is and how that works.
Okay. Yeah, I found it. You said that you had that page up with all the different gods on it throughout the ages, and you said that they were all kind of like the same entity.
Yeah, those gods were. They were similar entities, so that the first ones split themselves into different entities, and they would present themselves at different points in time to different alien races.
Oh, that's interesting.
The initial the brain thing you saw, where Kronos was looking at the brain, that was about how the initial consciousness that is at the source of all creation decided to split itself, and then it split again and again and again and again until you end up with human souls who don't realize they're part of the one consciousness. They're all Yeah, it's a consciousness that's effectively split itself into unique units in order to learn improvement. So, and there's a little bit of theory in there. If you go to My Big Toe by Tom, can't remember his last name. My Big Toe, look it up. It's interesting. Because talks about the idea that quantum physics and for specifically the double slit experiment suggests that we live in a digital environment, not like the Matrix from the Matrix, but more of a natural digital environment where everything we see around us is simply data, and its creation is dependent upon consciousness.
That would be nothing but
being dependent upon matter.
it would be nothing but data to a person that lives in the fourth dimension.
Well, yeah. But
I've heard
would be flat as flat as us comparing 3D world to a 2D world.
Yeah. So but if you look at a 2D world, and if you look down and think of a 2D world, and there's a creature there that's two-dimensional, it can go forwards and backwards and sideways. Okay, so it can't think that what's above it. The third dimension is above it, and it can't possibly understand it. And when somebody comes down and puts their finger through to the second dimension, which is just like little slithers, all they see is like the inside of the finger and the bone, and it's just a slither. So to the creatures on the two-dimensional plane, they're like, "What the hell is that?" Yep. But of course, the third dimensional creature can see exactly what's going on. They're just popping their finger in and pulling it out. So it's how you look. It's not the Tom.
And we know there's a fourth dimension and possibly a fifth one. So
but imagine. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. You know, if the whole thing, if everything is just, if we're all just consciousness using our brains in this environment that we live in as antennas to whatever we really are, rather than our brains actually being the seat of consciousness in a physical world, it kind of changes the way that you look at reality, really.
And hello and welcome. Imagine if someone.
Yeah, it says, hi, Chris, Russ, and Sim. Hi, Chad. I'm really looking forward to this book.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think most of us are here in the chats.
It's coming. It's coming soon. It's nearly there now. It's all finished and off to the filing end of the studio, where my other self, the designer self, gets the print ready files sorted out.
Oh, hang on. Keep yawning. We're getting sleepy.
You're having that sugar crash.
Apparently. Something. Well, I got to get off here soon.
Yeah, I can't stay too long. I've got training tonight, so.
Let me see. Oh wow, it's almost been 2 hours.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it. Gosh, I do need to wrap this up then. I gotta go and get off here, and I gotta call Trinity back and talk to her about that D&D stuff before I go to bed for work. So yeah, I need to start working towards wrapping this up. What's Ojo saying here? He says you have to be very mindful of those mischievous imps from the fourth dimension, though. Yeah.
Yeah, just get yourself smoke some DMT and go see them. It'll be fun.
And people, don't forget to sub, like, and share, and go check out that book. If you haven't backed it yet, go back.
Most rules mean nothing. Then. Oh, shut up, Power.
Just So like I said before, thanks to everyone who's been so patient with the book and supportive. And it will be out the end of next month. Packages will be being sent out. So thank you. And look out for me on Randy's show, Randy Zimmerman's show, over on the Indie Comics Network. Randy and I will be putting together a sorcery book soon. So we'll be to show more of that stuff off And if you want to follow my work, Instagram's best place to do it, and also signing up to my email list so that when the books do come out, further books in the future come out, and they're not necessarily on Indiegogo or crowdfunding, but they're out via the publisher, I can let everybody know, and they can go pick one up. And thank you to you guys for having me on.
It's always a pleasure.
It's been great because I haven't seen you in ages. So I obviously like bumped into each other on occasion, but actually coming on and seeing you is really cool.
You're muted, Chris.
Gosh dang it! I'm trying to.
You fool.
That's Chris for you.
I'm trying to. Gosh dang it! I don't know this song, Pale Rider. Damn it!
What song?
Pour some sugar on me.
You don't know the Def Leppard song?
No, I don't. I don't have all these random songs memorized word for word. There's no like.
It's a
I know.
fucking-
Surely a Def Leppard is at a disadvantage in the wild, wouldn't you think?
I just remember it's like, it's like, love is like a bomb, baby, come on, get it on, or something like that. That's all I remember.
I'm impressed.
Living like a what? Living like a lover with a radar phone. I don't know. Dang it, Pale Rider, why you guys always do this to me?
Oh, sorry, the landlord just left and waiting on the plumber now.
Oh, that's the one we already
Yeah,
seen.
but the reason why I was sharing that because I was about to share something else. Because not only are you like I just wanted to say, go sign up to Tell Story Adverse too. Because one of the things you don't want to miss when we go live, because there's going to be 4 original art available on the campaign, including the original sketch cover of this, right? And if you get the ashcan, it's numbered, limited, signed, and has a sketch in it. So you definitely don't want to miss out on this. And there's going to be this available on the campaign as well, which is the only 2 things that was not part of the first campaign, and all the exclusive covers that was on the first campaign, they're not available on this. So
That's some round glutes.
They must work out.
and you know which one don't skip leg day.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, we're wrapping this one up. Thanks everybody for joining us, and I gotta get going. If nothing else, I'll do another song. I'll do a song on the next stream or something. All right.
Yeah,
Thanks
these
again,
dudes
Russ, for
swimming in
joining
swimming
us.
walking.
No
It's
problem.
been way too long.
Yeah, it's great to see you guys.
Always glad having you.
Thanks for the chat.
And thanks everybody. We'll see you on the next one.
That's what done.
Later.
Later.